Have you ever baked bread underground? Well, neither have I until today. Continuing this Icelandic birthday adventure, today will be full of exciting experiences just like this and more. When traveling, we spend most of the time outdoors, so we were already on the road around 9 a.m. Driving through this Nordic island nation, Iceland is defined by its dramatic landscapes with volcanoes, geysers, hot springs, and lava fields. We are driving along the Golden Circle, a popular route in Iceland covering about 300 kilometers or 186 miles, looping from Reykjavik in the southern uplands and back. It's known for its stunning natural attractions, including Þingvellir National Park, the geyser geothermal area where we're headed today, and the Goldfoss waterfall another day. My hubby loves to drive. I don't, so this works for us to see the natural beauty along the way. We've arrived. Wow, it's windy today. Well, this is May. The weather still changes rather quickly in Iceland, so wearing layers is recommended. See my packing video for Iceland. I was excited to visit this national park for the waterfalls, walking trails, geology, the largest lake in Iceland next to it, and two tectonic plates meeting. Upon entering, the first trail is a sign outlining restrictions for safety in this area as we are headed toward the entry point that goes out to the tectonic plates. The black rock is similar to the rock on Black Sand Beach, all the more reason that proper shoe wear is essential. Something unique about this national park is that it is where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates meet. These plates are also drifting apart, and evidence of this incremental drift is viewable from the trails. Snorkeling is one way to venture there. Diving and snorkeling are allowed only if registered in advance. Imagine being between two tectonic plates, showcasing a unique geological formation, truly a unique experience. We continue along the trails, and the gems and views are so beautiful, it will leave you in awe of everything. We walked up, down, and all around this national park. The massiveness of this shows how gigantic it is and deep it goes. In the day one video, I mentioned that at every turn there's a story, and Iceland's history is shared at Þingvellir National Park as being the place where its General Assembly first met around the year 930 as a space where free men could speak, disputes were settled, and laws were passed, merchants sold their items, and people set up temporary dwellings. The waterfalls here are coming from the other side of this huge rock structure. So I'm going to take you there now. I love waterfalls, and this one has all three ingredients of a good waterfall: massive height, rushing water, and another natural element, in this case, rock. I could stay all day and listen to and watch waterfalls. It's one of the most peaceful activities. It's calming, relaxing, yet also invigorating. I needed to lay here and take it all in for a second, feeling joy and gratitude and not let the moment pass. After spending a while at the waterfall, we are back on the trail to continue exploring more sights and more views. It is time for a light lunch, so we went to our car and got the food we packed. I bought this appleseed flavored beverage. It was pretty tasty. I am having for lunch pesto chicken, penne pasta. He's having what looks to be a long sandwich. We're eating in the parking lot, and eating in the lot in your car is just how it goes sometimes on the road. This food for lunch was pretty delicious. I've said it before, the weather changes quickly and sometimes drastically. Remember earlier I talked about baking bread underground? This is known as geothermal baking or hot spring bread. In Iceland, a unique baking tradition involves using geothermal heat to bake rye bread underground, utilizing the heat from hot springs or geysers to cook the bread for an extended period, typically 24 hours. This hot springs heats the ground to around 80 to 90 degrees Celsius, up to 95 degrees Celsius, which is extremely hot. I touched it. That's around 200, 203 degrees Fahrenheit. It's more than suitable for baking. The dough, typically a simple rye bread recipe, is placed into a pot or container, then sealed with plastic wrap to keep out dirt and moisture. They used to use cloth wraps in the past. The sealed pot is buried in the ground near a hot spring or geyser where the soil temperature is consistently high. You can see it bubbling up now. It allows the geothermal heat to slowly and thoroughly cook the bread. So now we need to wash off that sealed pot before we take it inside.
So we covered it in plastic to protect it from the sand. So in the past they used either cloth or animal intestines to do. That's the color it's supposed to have. So we still put this one down. So for this part, the most important thing is not to drop the pot because as you see, a lot of water accumulated, it could splash. So just put it gently here.
Gosh, I am so ready to try this bread. Now we will put into the ground the one made today for others to enjoy tomorrow after 24 hours. Careful not to drop it into the ground or risk boiling hot water splashing the skin. We then must bury it with the dirt. For this to work, baking bread underground, it must be buried next to geothermal activity, a hot spring or geyser. We will now take the rye bread that was baked underground yesterday to enjoy inside the cafe restaurant.
So it is, even the shape, it looks like more like a cake. So we're gonna have it with a smoked trout. This is smoked trout. It's actually fished, not in this lake, but the lake right next to it. It's like the bigger brother of this lake. There's a family that fishes there, the trout, and also with Icelandic butter. That's very good. Yeah, as I was telling you, you can following this recipe. You can do it at home. You put in a pot like this, the same, and then you put the lid on. You don't need to wrap it. You just need to put the lid on, and you put a tray of water under the pot, so it will create the steam inside of the oven. Of course, you still need to check. It depends on how deep is the tray. You need to check if the water runs out because it's still a slow baking process. It's 8 to 10 hours in the oven, with the oven in 100 degrees Celsius. So you're gonna have like really close results to this. It's not the same thing, of course, not a hot spring, but it would be something similar. So just gonna see how is the texture inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty dense. That's perfectly baked. So it's still baking on the core actually, so just cut it in quarters. You use maybe napkins because it's still very hot.
The slow cooking process results in a dense, slightly
But yeah,
sweet
you can
rye
start.
bread with a very delicious, unique flavor. We're going to enjoy this geothermal baked rye bread with Icelandic butter and trout. Time to try! Oh my gosh, that's so good. I need more. This is the best rye bread I've had, and the trout is very fresh too. I can't lie, we went back for seconds. Have you seen the geysers? More geothermal activity. We are headed there now to see them erupt from the ground. Wow. We stopped at a restaurant near the geysers for soup on this cold and rainy day, and that was delicious too. Back on the road and pulled over to grab beverages from the trunk. This is why renting your own vehicle for trips like this are convenient. Gosh, look how windy it is. Dinner tonight is at none other than a Viking restaurant. No, he's not reading the newspaper at dinner. This is actually the restaurant menu. Quite unique. Let's open it. So many options available. Also, they offered him the sheep's head or svur, which is a traditional Icelandic dish. I had the fish. I can't quite remember what he ordered. It was something with shrimp. We both really enjoyed our meals. This grocery store is next to the hotel and is the same one we drove all the way to on day one, not realizing there was a location right here next to us. I just wanted to stand in front of it since we match colors. The time is now 11:30 at night and it's not yet dark because of the midnight sun for a few more hours. For more, make sure to return for day 3.